lanterns floating on water. Like tiny stars released into the velvet night, Araya lived in a small village nestled beside a still, shimmering lake in Thailand, where the air always smelled of frangipani and sweet mango sticky rice. The houses, painted in sunshine yellows and gentle greens, seemed to smile at everyone who passed by. Tonight, though, Araya's smile felt a little wobbly. Tomorrow was Loy Krathong, the festival of lights, and everyone in the village was busy preparing. Her best friend, Molly, was already making a beautiful krathong, a small floating offering made of banana leaves and flowers. But Araya's own krathong sat unfinished on her porch. Sighing, she looked at the pile of green banana leaves beside her. They looked so crisp and fragrant, but her hands felt clumsy, and her heart felt heavy. Araya's grandfather, Po, had been teaching her to carve intricate patterns into the leaves, but she just couldn't seem to get it right. Every time she tried, the leaves tore, and her carvings looked messy. "It's no use," she whispered to her little kitten, Meow Meow, who purred softly, rubbing against her leg as if to say, "Don't worry, Araya, you'll figure it out." But Araya wasn't so sure. Molly's krathong was going to be perfect, and hers would be, well, a disaster. She wished she could just skip the festival altogether. The sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and lavender. Fireflies began to twinkle in the garden, their tiny lights mirroring the stars that were beginning to peek out. Araya's mother called her inside for dinner. That evening, as the family sat around the low table, eating a delicious curry, Araya's mother noticed her daughter's quietness. "What troubles you, little star?" she asked gently, using her special nickname for Araya. Araya hesitated, then explained about her krathong and how she couldn't seem to make it as beautiful as Molly's. Her mother listened patiently, her eyes full of understanding. When Araya was finished, her mother took her hand and said, "Loy krathong is not about perfection, Araya. It's about letting go." "Letting go?" Araya asked, confused. "Yes," her mother replied. "We create these beautiful krathongs, not just for their beauty, but to carry away our worries, our sadness, and anything that weighs us down. Each flower, each candle, represents something we want to release into the universe." Araya thought about her mother's words. Maybe the torn leaves and messy carvings didn't matter so much after all. Maybe she could use the krathong to let go of her worry about not being perfect. The next day, the village buzzed with excitement. Everyone was dressed in their finest clothes, and the air was filled with the sound of laughter and traditional Thai music. Araya still felt a little nervous about her krathong, but she decided to focus on what her mother had said. She picked out her favorite flowers, bright orange marigolds and fragrant jasmine, and carefully arranged them on the banana leaves. She didn't try to carve intricate patterns this time. Instead, she focused on making each fold neat and secure, a little boat for her worries. She even added a few strands of Meow Meow's soft fur, hoping it would bring her extra luck. As the sun began to set, Araya and her family joined the procession towards the lake. The path was lined with glowing lanterns, casting a warm and magical light on everyone's faces. Molly waved to her own krathong glowing like a jewel. When they reached the lake, the water was covered in thousands of flickering lights. Each krathong, a tiny vessel carrying hopes and dreams, bobbed gently on the surface. Araya took a deep breath and stepped forward. She lit the candle on her krathong, the small flame flickering in the gentle breeze. Then she closed her eyes and whispered all her worries to the Krathung, her fear of not being good enough, her sadness about not being as talented as Molly. All the little things that had been weighing her down. With a gentle push, she released the Krathung into the water. She watched as it floated away, joining the other lights, each one a tiny beacon of hope. As she watched, a sense of peace washed over her. It didn't matter that her Krathung wasn't perfect. What mattered was that she had let go of her worries and embraced the spirit of Loy Krathung. Molly came to stand beside her, her own Krathung already floating on the lake. "Yours is beautiful, Araya," she said sincerely, pointing to the way the candlelight reflected in the water around Araya's Krathung. "It has so much light." Araya smiled, a real smile this time. "Thank you, Molly," she said. "Yours is amazing too." As the night deepened, Araya stayed by the lake, watching the lanterns dance on the water. The music swirled around her, the laughter of the villagers filled the air, and the scent of incense mingled with the sweet fragrance of flowers. She felt a sense of belonging, a sense of connection to her community and to the ancient traditions of her people.